Hey everyone, and welcome to the Daily Drop. So, yes, it is another awesome day to be alive, to celebrate God, and to go forth and do something positive and be positive. So, today I want to talk to you about accountability. Yes, accountability. And that is probably one of the things that you will hear me talk about over and over and over again, because I think if we actually get that principle, that it will change everything about our lives. Everything about our lives. So, yes, accountability. What is accountability? It's really simple. It's you taking responsibility, assigning to you your role in whatever it is that's going on, whether it be positive, whether you feel like it's negative, whatever it is. You take accountability of your role. Your role. So many times we actually seek to what I call shift blame. Yes, shift blame. Every time things happen in our lives, we attribute it to someone else. I don't care if it's something positive, if we graduated, if we gain something positive in our lives, we want to say that it's because of X, Y, and Z. If something negative happens, we want to say it's because of X, Y, and Z. But we never take the time to look and see what role did we play. But most importantly, we never even think about God at all. I want us to be accountable, and not accountable to other people. Be accountable to God. Do you know that God sees you? Do you know that He hears every single word that you say? He knows your every action. You can lie to me. You can lie to your parents. You can lie to your coworkers. You can lie to your children. You can lie to everyone around you. But who you cannot lie to is God. So why not just be accountable? Because He's the one that matters anyway. He's the one that blesses you. He's the one that keeps you. He's the one that provides for you. So why not be accountable to Him? Don't you want God to know that you are honest and forthright, that you take responsibility for whatever role that you play in that? So, accountability. I'm going to drop a few scriptures on you this morning just so we could talk a little bit about accountability. And the first scripture is Romans 14 and 12, and it reads, "So then each of us will give an account of himself to God." So my number one thing that I want to talk about today, I'm not going to have to report to God about anyone else but me. Can you imagine that? So many times, even when we're praying, we're like, but God, such and such made me do it. Are you talking to your parents like, it wasn't me, it was somebody else? You talking to your spouse, I didn't mean to do it. It was X, Y, and Z. I just heard this video the other day where a man was cheating on his wife, and he never ever said it was just all about me. He gave all the reasons in the world why it was the wife's fault, why it was the other person's fault. And he was like, yeah, that's my bad, but it was because of them, right? Do you not know no one can control your actions but you? You choose to say what you want to say. You choose to do what you want to do. You choose to feel how you want to feel. You don't have to report to anyone else to God, about anyone else to God, but you. So then each of us will give an account of himself to God. Give an account of himself. That means, Lord, I said that, I did that. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I tried that. Yeah, God, that was all about me. It was. And you have to give an account of yourself to God. You're not going to stand in front of God and say, you know what, but LaDonna did X, Y, and Z, da, 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 da. It's about you. What did you choose to do? Because you can read the word and know the word, understand the word, and actually follow the directions of the word on your own, regardless of what anyone else is saying, regardless of what anyone else is doing. It is up to you to make the right decisions. My number 2, Matthew 12:36 and 37. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give an account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. God, they cussed me out, but you didn't have to say anything. God, they're tearing me down, but you don't have to say anything. When pride jumps in, you will say anything. You will colorfully put those words together just so you can hurt someone or let them know that you don't have control over me. You don't have to say anything. We have to be mindful of our words. We're walking around calling people ugly, talking about people, being messy, not having the most impeccable words like the 4 agreements say. You have to be accountable for those words. Every single word. The Bible is clear. On the day of judgment, you will account for every careless word you speak. Every careless word you speak. You could try to blame it on someone else, but you're responsible for what comes out of your mouth. I think it's Psalms 139 that says, before the words enter on my lips, you already know them. Before they enter on your lips. So you may think, oh, my parents won't know, or my spouse won't know, or the people on the job won't know, my best friend won't know, the pastor won't know. It doesn't even matter. God knows. And he says you're going to give an account for every single word. Can you imagine can you imagine being before God, and God is going over with you every single careless word that you spoke? You got to be impeccable with your words. You have to know that words can build up and words can tear people down. You want to be a builder. You want to build people up. You want to inspire. You want to motivate, because that's what God calls you to do. My number 3, Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind, to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds. Your heart, your mind. You can pretend to be whoever you want to be to me, to the people in your life. You can put on that face and pretend to be anybody that you want to be. But God said he's going to search your heart and he's going to search your mind. He knows your thoughts. He knows your true in-depth feelings, who you are at your core. You can't pretend with him. And he says he's going to search your heart and search your mind. What it is that you truly feel, who it is you really are, what it is you really thinking. He says he's going to give you the fruit of that. So imagine if you have contempt and hate, envy, strife, all those negative things in your heart and your mind, please don't wonder why those things are manifesting in your life, because he says he's going to give you the fruit of those things. So if you if you don't like the way things are turning out, maybe you need to do a heart search. Maybe you need to do a mind search, because he says he's going to give you the fruit. I love it. He says to give every man according to his ways, according to his ways. So you don't like it, guess who has the ability to change it? You. Because you have to be accountable. God, this is where I am right now. I need you to help me be better. It's not my mother's fault, not my father's fault. It's not the people at work fault, not my kids' fault. It's not my spouse's fault, not my boyfriend's fault, not my friend's fault, nobody's fault. God, this is where I am. I'm accountable for who I am right now, and I need help to change it because I want my fruit to be better. Number 4, Matthew 7, 3 and 5. Why do you see the speck in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when there's a log in your eye? You hypocrite. First take the log out of your eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. My number 4 is not about them. It's about me. When you take a level of accountability, you will stop blaming others. You will stop trying to see the negative in others so you can say, that's why I'm doing it. The reason why it's so hard for us to get along with people, so hard for us to actually connect and actually grow with people is because we're always trying to constantly see something negative in them so we can blame them for where we are not, where we can't go, what we're struggling with. When you take accountability and say, you know what, maybe I was mean, maybe I didn't say the right thing, maybe I could have done things a different way, maybe I could have approached the situation differently. You want to blame everybody else, and you trying to see the speck in them, but you haven't taken accountability for who you are, for what you're doing, for what you're saying, how you're acting. Take accountability. The Bible is a great guide if you're moving to places where you want your life to be different. You want your life to elevate. You want your life to grow. You want to see the positive fruit. You want to see. God does not intend for us to be miserable. I don't know where that came from. I don't prescribe to that. God intends for us to have a very fruitful, prosperous, great life. Will everything always fall in line? No. But when it doesn't, you step back and say, God, how could I have been different in this situation? What could I have said different? What could I have done different? And stop blame shifting. We are going to be accountable. You are going to be accountable. You want to change it? First start with changing you. Changing you. Once we actually step up and say, you know what, God, there's some things about me that I may need to say differently or do differently, but whatever it is, God, I'm going to be accountable for me, and I'm not going to keep trying to blame other people, change other people, make other people feel guilty, hold them down, tear them apart, because what I'm going to focus on is me and my accountability. I hope y'all got something out of that. I hope it helps you. I hope you see life differently. I hope that you want to actually go to God and say, you know what, God, I did something great today. I was accountable, and when I said did blah, 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 blah. Be accountable. Look at yourself. Be your best self and stop worrying so much about trying to fix other people, because you have enough about you that you can fix. You are great. I agree that you're great and you are wonderful, but we're all trying to elevate to the next level. So there is always a level of improvement that we can have, because God seeks to bring us higher and higher and higher every single day. We haven't maximized it all. We haven't reached our full potential yet, because every day that God gives us breath is a new day of elevation and growth. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing day. Peace.